Waited silence, feeling presence, no comparison. Who else sustains without demanding proof? Who understands without breaking you? In the middle of chaos, calm found me when I didn't even know what love could be. Not brute force, but steady ground. Humility that wins without making a sound while the world screams to be seen. There's a greatness that doesn't need a scene. Your value isn't tied to outside praise. Your weight can't be measured by gains. It crosses time, it breaks through space. Meets me whole, not just in pieces misplaced. Nothing compares to what surrounds me now. Not gold, not power, I try to chase down. When everything fades, this stays within. Bigger than beginnings, bigger than the end. You're sublime beyond what words can say. Admirable without needing display. Glorious without lights or stage. Your presence guides me through every page. More valuable than all I've seen. Deeper than the act of being. What keeps me standing strong and true is this love living through me and you. I didn't find it in empty claims or in applause at the end of the day. What filled the space inside my chest was something real that never left. While the world competes for attention, there's a voice that calls with intention. No forced entry, no broken door, but once it's in, pain falls apart on the floor. Gentle without being weak, strong without turning extreme, firm without being distant. Simple, focused, and clean. Some things don't need to be seen to be felt deep inside. Some truths don't shout loud, but completely shift your life. I wait for a day of total clarity, where nothing remains partial in me. Where what is faith turns into sight, and joy is no longer interrupted by night. Until then, I stay aligned, learning to walk without rushing time. Because the one who guides me knows the end, and still cares deeply for where I am. It's not escape from reality, it's meaning in the storm's intensity. Knowing even without understanding, there's purpose in simply standing. The world offers temporary shine, but this right here is essential, not design. It's not about having, it's about being true, about living whole, not losing you. You're sublime beyond what words can say. Admirable without needing display. Glorious without lights or stage. Your presence guides me through every page. More valuable than all I've seen. Deeper than the act of being. What keeps me standing strong and true is this love living through me and you. This isn't polished talk, it's lived out every day. A silent strength that holds me on the way. When I fall, there's no pointing hand. When I fail, I'm not put on display. There's patient rebuilding, teaching me alternate ways. While I search for answers alone, care was already in motion. While I doubted my own worth, I was never left broken. There's a place where the soul finds rest, without proving a thing. Where joy isn't borrowed and peace isn't something you trade. They said success was stacking more, but I learned it's knowing when to wait. Looking inward without fear in the mirror, walking whole. Even when not perfect, nothing here can buy what I found. Nothing replaces this solid ground. Stronger than time, louder than sound. Constant present, never let down. When everything quiets around, it speaks even louder now. I don't need sight to believe, I learned how to remain. You're sublime beyond what words can say. Admirable without needing display. Glorious without lights or stage. Your presence guides me through every page. More valuable than all I've seen. Deeper than the act of being. What keeps me standing strong and true is this love living through me and you. There's an encounter prepared ahead, beyond what my mind can frame, where every weight makes sense and nothing is out of place. Until then, this stays my base, my daily source of joy and direction. Because the greatest success of the journey is not losing this rare connection. You're sublime, incomparable, essential, unshakable. Nothing comes close to what is real. Nothing fills this space. I feel more than gold, more than life. This is why I stand and strive, while everything else shifts and bends. This love in me never ends. Beyond everything, incomparable. Strange times, clear mind, no pretending we didn't see. The fog moves in slow, disguised as normal ground. Everything looks calm outside, but truth feels hard to be found. Soft ideas, easy tones, something heavy in the air. When comfort turns into a blindfold, it's easy not to care. This isn't fear or accusation, it's owning what you know. Keeping your eyes wide open even when the pressure grows. Some messages taste sweet, others hit deep inside. Not every truth feels like, but it's what keeps you alive. It tastes good at the start, but it demands a stand. Those who choose to carry can't live neutral or bland. I take responsibility, none unstable times like these. I don't hide, I don't look away, no excuses left in me. I take responsibility in unstable times like these. I won't trade my conscience out, no excuses left in me. Many choose what they wanna hear to protect their comfort zone. They prefer adjusted versions that don't shake skin or bone. They chase voices that confirm everything they've decided already. But truth doesn't bend itself, it exists even when ignored steady. It's not about being louder, it's about living it straight. Being a message in motion, being clear, being awake. Words written deep inside, read by the way you move. When practice speaks for itself, there's nothing left to prove. What I consume shapes me, what I repeat defines me. You can't carry substance, stay the same as before completely. I feed my mind with consistency, not only when it's convenient. Direction isn't born from partial focus or moments. There's an unseen discipline that builds real stability. While everything moves too fast, I choose loyalty intentionally. Loyal to what builds depth, even when it hurts to align. Loyal to what stays whole, without applause or a sign. It's not empty rigidity, it's conviction rooted deep that doesn't sell itself cheap when pressure tries to creep. Some truths make you stronger, others break your illusions. But avoiding confrontation never brings real solution. I take responsibility in unstable times like these. I don't hide, I don't look away, no excuses left in me. I take responsibility in unstable times like these. I won't trade my conscience out, no excuses left in me. When everything demands speed, I choose awareness instead. When shortcuts look attractive, I choose direction ahead. I don't live off recycled lines or borrowed explanations. I carry what I believe in through habits and quiet decisions. Not everyone will applaud, not everyone will stay, but this isn't about approval, it's about not betraying your way. Time tests motivation, reveals what's thin or real. Only those with solid ground remain standing when things peel. Being faithful isn't perfection, it's not running from what you know, it's staying in the process, even when no one shows. Some days taste bitter, hard to swallow and accept, but they feed maturity and build conviction step by step. Those who run from discomfort stay shallow in their view. Those who face what's needed grow in discernment and truth. It's not about condemning, it's about taking a stand. When everything loses shape, someone must mark the land. Not as judge of the road, but as living reference, showing there's still something that won't bend under preference. This time demands clarity, not empty neutrality. Those who feel the weight of now, don't delay responsibility. I take responsibility in unstable times like these. I don't hide, I don't look away, no excuses left in me. I take responsibility in unstable times like these. I won't trade my conscience out, no excuses left in me. Even when it's unpopular, even when it costs more, I stay aligned with what's solid, not what satisfies short-term wants. Tomorrow charges posture for what we tolerate today. Convenient silence also leaves a mark that doesn't fade. I choose consistency in private and in sight, because character is proven when no one's impressed by your fight. For this moment I stand up with clarity and truth. I don't outsource conviction, I take responsibility through. For this moment I stand up without fear of what's inevitable, with purpose in what I carry, no excuses left, undeniable. Undeniable. Now is now. Now is now.
When everything feels frozen, there's a sound that changes it all. Before the world took shape, before fear learned how to speak, there was already a steady intention, strong enough to hold the unknown. It wasn't forced strength, it was conscious surrender, not loss of control. Beloved, constant motion, while I saw only limits, something greater saw a way. While I saw an ending, the beginning was already in play. Not a myth, it's experience, not a speech, it's lived out truth. Something that crossed through ages, still reaches the human core. It's not noise, it's authority. Not volume, it's clarity. When their voice is released, everything starts aligning. There is power when their voice moves. When it calls, everything responds. Not a shout, but direction that reorganizes the confusion. There is power beyond what I've seen. When their voice speaks in me, everything listens, everything shifts. Nothing stays the same like this. It's not instant illusion, it's real transformation. Where there was only ruin, now there's clear indication. What had no meaning before finds a reason to remain. What lived without vision learns how to see again. It's not about deserving, it's about inner response. When truth is activated, it doesn't fail, it governs on. Some words only distract, others quietly build. But this voice doesn't promise, it sustains what it reveals. It doesn't take repetition, one word is enough when it carries real meaning. Nothing resists, nothing blocks. I've seen scenarios change without pressure or force, just because someone listened and trusted the source. There's a power that doesn't oppress, doesn't invade or control, but when it reaches the center, it restores the soul. What was dormant awakens with sharp clarity. What it lost is pulse, regains stability. It doesn't come to confuse, it comes to align, not to dominate, but to wake what's inside. When that voice breaks through, doubt can't stay around. Even what was locked tight starts coming undone. There is power when that voice moves. When it calls, everything responds. Not a shout, but direction that reorganizes the confusion. There is power beyond what I've seen. When that voice speaks in me, everything listens, everything shifts. Nothing stays the same like this. It doesn't depend on the setting or how far I've fallen down. That voice doesn't measure distance, it always reaches now. It doesn't question the past or demand perfection. It calls you by name and activates reconstruction. There's a calm authority that doesn't need to prove. When it speaks, the impossible starts to reposition its view. Not a force that destroys, but power that recreates. Where night once dominated, morning now takes its place. One word can change the rhythm, one direction can shift a life. When the source is authentic, the impact is never small. I learned it's not about shouting, it's about listening with intent. Because those who hear that voice don't walk disconnected. It teaches when to wait and when it's time to move. It shows that even in silence, something strong is being built. Not about total control, but I can trust inside. Even without all the answers, I move forward aligned. When that voice leads the step, fear loses its place. Because something stronger exists than everything trying to delay. There is power when that voice moves. When it calls, everything responds. Not a shout, but direction that reorganizes the confusion. There is power beyond what I've seen. When that voice speaks in me, everything listens, everything shifts. Nothing stays the same like this. What was broken inside isn't discarded, it's restored. What looked unsolvable already had a future stored. That voice doesn't create dependence, it builds maturity. Teaching how to walk steady, even in instability. Not the absence of struggle, but presence through the process. Knowing there's active power, even in slow progress. There is power that doesn't impose, but transforms whoever hears. There is power without noise, that changes everything inside. When that voice is released, the impossible loses control. Because one aligned word is enough to move horizons whole. There is power.
Breathe it in, feel the pulse of the moment. Silence before the impact, clear mind, focus vision. Low lights, heart on standby. When it all gets heavy, there's a strength holding me steady. Morning breaks and the word of man's proof. Cold eyes, empty promises, time chasing truth. I stand firm even when the ground feels weak. Cause I learned it's not luck, it's the way you keep. Not noise, it's direction, not rush, it's precision. Every step has meaning beyond explanation. I failed trying to do it my own way. Now I follow a higher plan to straighten my days. I don't rely on chaos to know my worth. There's a quiet voice guiding every turn. When no one's watching, I grow in control. And a discipline stronger than pressure and doubt combined. When everything says stop, something in me says go. Not blind reaction, it's peace that I know. Clarity slicing doubt apart. I don't move in the dark, I follow trusted charts. There's a mind above the noise. A solid plan never destroyed. Nothing slips, nothing's out of place. Every detail knows its name. There's a power that won't miss the way, turning pressure into destiny. I stay calm cause I know one truth. The strategy is perfect, I don't move alone. I try to rush what needed time. Learn growth doesn't bloom in the overdrive. Some things rise when the moment's right. Some doors open only when I'm awake inside. It's not about beating someone else. It's breaking limits, redefining myself. My mind won't settle for small perspectives. I think ahead cause expansion's embedded. Even when night gets long and fear talks loud, I trust the route that's leading me now. I don't need all the answers to proceed, just the courage to take the next step and believe. Silence isn't absence, it's design. Waiting isn't weakness, it's alignment in time. While the world shouts out to my ear, there's unseen direction, always clear. Never late, never off track. Every fall connects to growth intact. Now I know not all pressure comes to break. Some of it comes just to demonstrate who you are when applause is gone. When quiet faith keeps you standing strong. I move with confidence, not based on trends. My foundation solid, deeper than emotions. If everything shakes, I still remain. There's an order beyond what eyes can explain. Not love, not coincidence. Consistency guided by consciousness. When aligned with what I'm meant to be, even impossible bends its knee. There's a mind above the noise. A solid plan never destroyed. Nothing slips, nothing's out of place. Every detail knows its name. There's a power that won't miss the way, turning pressure into destiny. I stay calm cause I know one truth. The strategy is perfect, I don't move alone. When I pause, I listen. When I listen, I rise. Every phase has a reason. Every delay leaves a sign. Nothing is wasted, all aligns. Even pain becomes a precise tool in time. There's a mind above the noise. A solid plan never destroyed. Nothing slips, nothing's out of place. Every detail knows its name. There's a power holding my ground, ruling beyond my human sight. I'm moving peace, still in motion. The strategy is perfect every time. Focus, grounded, aware, not brute force. It's intelligent direction.
Darkness isn't the end, it's the contrast. Breathe, feel it. There's something reaching even when no one sees. I was far, lost inside my own head. Broken roads, empty promises I fed. Trying to fill the void with distraction, but the weight kept pulling me back in the same direction. I carry guilt that wasn't only mine. Old mistakes, long nights, crooked lines. Even when I hid from my reflections, something saw me whole, not just my imperfections. It wasn't noise, it was a gentle touch, not accusation. It was steady love when I fell. I didn't hear the blame. I heard her call louder than the shame when I thought I'd gone too far away. I was reached in the place, no one stayed. I didn't earn it, I didn't pretend. It was given before I asked for help. There's a favor you can't buy, a light that breaks the night. It found me down on the floor and changed what I was heading for. I tried to outrun my yesterday, till I learned to no longer had to say. Some chains fall when truth arrives. When the weight lifts, the spirit survives. No fancy speech, no rules imposed, just freedom opening doors. I was trapped by what I made, now I choose who I become each day. I'm not defined by what I feel, I'm redefined by what never built. There's something greater holding my days, even when the world tests my ways. It wasn't delayed, it was perfect timing. It wasn't absence, it was silent guiding while I thought I stood alone. A plan was moving, fully grown. Now I know nothing was wasted time. Every fall turned into a sign. What was guilt became my sight. What was fear turned into light. It's not about being flawless, it's about rising regardless. When everything said this is the end, something in me said begin again. I didn't come back the same, was found. I have scars but they're solid ground. I don't carry yesterday's weight, my present breathes my future ways. No bargaining, just compassion, no exchange, pure restoration. When I had nothing left to prove, I was still chosen just to move. I was still chosen just to move. There's a favor you can't buy, a light that breaks the night. It found me down on the floor, change what I was heading for. Not by force and not by control, but forgiveness healing my soul. Now I walk like cause I know I was reached beyond my faults. If I fall, I rise aware, not just stronger but repaired. I learned that trust isn't weak, it's knowing the source of stability, yeah. Some days the past tries to speak, but I don't live where we used to be. What reached me never let go, even when I walked away on my own. I move with a different stance, my pride is healing in advance. Those who've been found don't walk the same, they value truth, they honor change. And there's a favor that won't fade, that holds me when the ground shakes. It found me without condition and rebuilt my definition. Not by force, not by control, but forgiveness shaping my soul. I move ahead because I know I was reached, and that's my hope. It wasn't earned, it was reach, and that changes everything. Hey. Focus, grounded, aware, not brute force, this intelligent direction, yeah. Focus, grounded, aware, not brute force, this intelligent direction. Don't freeze, don't stop, breathe and move. The world spins fast, chaos on the screen. Everyone talking about who you should be. Hey. They say stop, they say you can't go on, but they don't carry the weight you've been lifting alone. Standing still costs more than the fall. Fear grows louder when you let it talk. Every time you question your worth, you forget the strength that shaped you first. Not everything loud is true, not every breakdown is the end of you. Some pain exists just to refine, some battles wake you up inside. You didn't get this far by mistake, even wounded you're still awake. If the road closed right in your face, there's still a way through faith. All you gotta do is try, don't stop now. Stand up even when your legs give out. If you fall, rise away, don't let your mind freeze there. All you gotta do is try again, even we keep moving in. Why you choose to keep pushing through, something greater is backing you. They try to shrink you to your past, labeled you by the moment you crash, but they don't see what you survived. The silent nights, the tears you hide. Some only bully when they can see, but some victories start invisibly. When you move without understanding why, you activate things beyond your sight. It's not denying the pain you feel, just walking forward anyway for real. Some doors only open wide when you don't quit during the wait inside. If they said it's bigger than you can face, remember not everything falls by force. Some walls come down through contention.
step taken through fear builds a future that starts right here. It's not about never falling apart. It's about not living where you fell and stayed. When you decide to keep moving on, the impossible starts to rearrange. Ooh, all you gotta do is try, don't stop now. Stand up even when your legs give out. If you fall, rise away, don't let your mind freeze there. All you gotta do is try again, even we keep moving there. While you choose to keep pushing through, something greater is backing you. If you lose while trying. If it hurts, keep advancing, don't surrender what's still alive. Don't abandon your own life. Some cross chaos quietly, no crowd, no spotlight, no praise. But they go further, cause they didn't stop when belief was fading away. The journey isn't easy, I know. Some days the way comes back full load. But those who learn to persist find out pain doesn't rule them. You weren't built to stay stuck, you were built to rise up. Even when everything screams in, there's a goal living deep within. All you gotta do is try, stay moving. Even with a tired soul still choosing. Lift your hands, lift your sight. Don't surrender to the fight. All you gotta do is try, don't quit. Answers come to those who persist. Why you choose to keep moving on? Something greater moves in your direction. Today isn't the final page, just another hard-written stage. What's waiting beyond the pain will explain why you stay. Don't trade your dream for fear. Don't drop what was planted years ago. There's strength guiding you unseen, pushing you past the in-between. Yeah, all you gotta do is try once more. Don't accept no as a door. Why you fight not to stop? Victory's already on the clock. All you gotta do